Now we're going to talk about some specific drills that are extensions of the basic progression. We're going to start off with some no poles drills, but holding poles as a way to work on stabilizing the core. So the focus of these drills is going to be a vertical zipper, a nice controlled rock, and a stable core. One of these drills is holding both poles and put your hand in a 90-degree position, thumb and forefinger. Balance your poles in this 90-degree position and then skate down the track in such a way that those poles don't fall out of your hand. Let's see it, guys. The goal is to keep these poles nice and vertical, nice and horizontal, and have a stable upper body. Excellent. Thanks very much. A variation is holding the poles vertical, and as you hold them vertical, you can align them with some trees and really try to keep these poles vertical as you keep your upper body vertical and square going down the trail. So let's see that, guys. Okay, that's super. Thanks very much. Let's put our poles on. The next sequence of drills are going to be looking at things you can work on for specific issues in the V2-alternate, although they carry over into the V2 and the V1 as well. A common problem with all skiers, youth skiers and otherwise, in the V2-alternate and the V2 is not having the hips sufficiently forward. One way to get the skiers to understand what it feels like to have the hips forward is to ask them to reach up and touch a pole basket. It's a little bit out of their reach. Reach up, what are your hips doing as you're feeling and touching up? You can feel those hips coming forward. Now reach up as if you're going to pick an apple out of the tree. I don't have my pole up there. So reach way up and feel your hips coming forward. That's great. Now in the V2-alternate position, let's see the V2-alternate high hands position. So the V2-alternate high hands position, we often call it pinky in the eye. Pinky in the eye means that's the height of the hands. The hands should be approximately shoulder width apart, the forearms roughly vertical. So now let's bring our hands up into the V2-alternate position. And as you bring your hands up into the V2-alternate position, do that again, you can feel your hips coming forward, right? You feel your hips coming forward and up in the same motion that you had when you were reaching for that apple. Okay, so that's something you can do without skiing, but that's something that is a useful thing to keep in mind. Another thing you can do without skiing is think about the hand position. So let's see the proper V2-alternate hand position. Okay, push down on my hand, Zoe. Oh, that's good. Okay, now put your hands way out. Push down. Where do you get more power?
Here.
You get a lot more power when they're in nice and tight with this vertical forearm, and then you're going to be able to engage your abs as well. So that's where the V2, that's another idea to keep in mind for the V2-alternate hands position. A drill that ties us all together that we use is something called the wiggle-wiggle drill. So the wiggle-wiggle drill, you come up into your V2-alternate high hands position, and then here's the key thing. What do you do, guys?
You wiggle your fingers.
You wiggle your fingers, and what else do you do?
You say wiggle, wiggle.
You say wiggle, wiggle. Okay, so you come up and you say wiggle, wiggle. So let's hear it.
Wiggle, wiggle.
A little louder.
Wiggle, wiggle.
All right, there you go. That's good. So let's see you guys do the wiggle, wiggle drill. Ski down and ski back, okay? Let's hear it. This drill serves many purposes. By having by saying wiggle, wiggle, that forces you to pause over the glide ski. It helps get your hips squarely over the glide ski and get your hips up, and it gives you an opportunity to check mentally and visually whether your hands are in the right place. And of course, it's kind of fun to say wiggle, wiggle, or silly. Let's hear it.
Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle.
A final drill that's related to V2 and V2-alternate especially is thinking about engaging the upper body. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a modification of the robot drill where we really think about having a strong double pole and a strong abs engagement, and then we're going to move into that into a V2 with a strong abs engagement. So guys, let's see really using that upper body to engage. So we're going to start with just a double pole motion, and then small steps, and then a V2, but the V2 really has that same firm, strong abs engagement that you would have in the double pole, okay?